Hi again, everyone. This is another Technology One tutorial learning all about Google Docs and how to use the Google apps. Basically, once you learn one Google app, it's pretty much similar across the board in other Google apps. Now, the different Google apps, you have Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Forms, Google Sheets, and they all do something a little bit different, but their formats are pretty much the same in terms of creating and sharing. So what you need to do first is be able to show your students how to log into their Modesto City Schools Google account. So I'm going to open up a Chrome web browser and I'm going to go to google.com. If they're not already signed in, the blue sign in button will always be up here in the top right corner. If they are signed in, a little icon with their initials will show. They do always want to make sure that they are not using any personal Google accounts. In fact, I don't even think they can sign up or sign in using their personal Google account anymore. It always needs to be their school account. So you're going to go ahead and click on sign in. And just like I hope you know how to sign in too, they're going to use their school email address. Once they have the atmonet.k12.ca.us account, they have to put in their computer password. And then they're all signed into Google, which means they can use whatever Google app they so choose. To access different apps, they do need to again be on Google. And I call it the waffle icon. Some call it a window icon, but it's this little square in the top right-hand corner with the 9 boxes. And you'll notice when I hover over it, it says Google Apps. When I click on that, I have many different options and features, and I can actually customize and drag and drop these to appear in a different order. And I put the ones that I use the most on top, so on and so forth. So on mine, I have Docs, Slides, Forms, my Google Drive, Sheets, and Sites. Those are the 6 I use a lot. And basically, Docs are your Word documents, Slides are like your PowerPoint presentations, Forms are quizzes and assessments and surveys that you could make. Your Drive is where you store and organize everything. Sheets are like Excel, and Sites are little websites that you can create. Like I said, once you have mastered kind of one app, it's really similar to figure out how to create and share the other apps. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with Docs, since that is what your students might be using the most besides Slides. I'm going to go ahead and click on Docs, and it's going to show me my Google Docs page. I could at any time go to any of the other apps if I wish by clicking on that waffle icon again, or over here I could go to different apps settings or directly to my Drive. Realize that Google does have templates for students to use. They have a lot of different options for letters, resumes, personal things, MLA format, different things like that in their template gallery, or they can simply start from a blank, which is what I normally do. I'm going to go ahead and click on the blank option, and it's going to open up my Word document. Every document is always untitled, so I'm going to go up to the top left-hand corner and click once on Untitled Document. It's going to highlight me, and I'm going to give it a name. When I'm done with that, I'm going to hit the Enter button. It's going to save automatically. I can see that everything has been saving or is saved in my Drive. I don't have to click anything. If I had folders already set up in my Google Drive, I could actually put this in any one of those folders by clicking on the Move To button here, and I can decide where I want to put it in my Google Drive if I so wished. Your different features are very much similar in terms of like Microsoft Word. You have your File button where you can do a lot of different things here, including downloading it as any type of document that you wish, making a copy. A lot of teachers will share a document, but the students can't write on it, so they need to make a copy themselves. They can move it, delete it, print it, whatever else they want to do. Editing is always pretty standard. They could view, they're not going to be using a ton of these buttons unless they want to insert an image, a table, a drawing, or a chart. Formatting is also like the text or paragraph styles, but you could also use that on the toolbar. Tools, they do have a spell check most of the time. I don't know if it always allows the students to spell check, and a really awesome feature called voice typing, where they could use their voice and it will type for them. This is great for your students who need a modification or have an IEP or a 504. And then different add-ons. These are a little bit more advanced, so we're not really going to get to them. On the top, you have a lot of the normal different types of features that you would normally have on a Word document. You have the undo and the redo button, printing, a paint format, different types of text. You can change your font, and you can download a lot of different fonts by clicking more fonts, and it's absolutely free. You can change the font size, bold, italic, underline, font color. You can highlight. You could insert a link. All you need is the link. So let's say I wanted to insert our Schoology site, and I just need to type in, and it'll actually look for Schoology for me. But I'm going to go ahead and put our mcs.schoology.com, and it's going to go ahead and apply that. And now this is a link that someone can click on and then scroll down and click on that, and it would take them to Schoology if they so wished. So you can put in hyperlinks, which makes this a really interesting type of document. You could add in pictures, align your text in different ways, space your lines, add numbers or bullets, so on and so forth. Now, there's a pretty interesting mode on here too, where you could use the edit mode to actually edit this document. You are the creator. If the person who shared a document with you allows you to suggest, or even you're suggesting, what you do doesn't actually save. They have to accept it. So you can suggest it, and then if you like it, you can actually accept it, or if you don't like it, you can delete it. So this is great if you're trying to help a student edit their document. I'm going to go ahead and keep that one. And you can only switch to viewing. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to editing. And then finally, the biggest option that you can do is the share feature. And this is the one thing that your students are going to use if they are collaborating or if you are collaborating. I'm going to go ahead and click this blue share button. And I can get a shareable link by simply clicking on that button. And I have mine automatically set to anyone at Modesto City Schools can view. You can change this to they can edit or they can only comment. I normally have it to where they can just view and they have to make a copy. And I'm just going to copy the link. Or if I know I'm going to be collaborating with one other person in particular, say I'm going to be adding Nicole Evans. All I need to do is start typing in their name. Their email will appear. I click on their name, and I can give them whatever rights I want to give them by clicking on this button. They can either edit, comment, or view. If I want us to both work on this document simultaneously, I need to make sure I have the can edit button. Or if I don't want to share it with anybody at all, I can just click out of it. I do have more advanced options on here, and by clicking that, I can change anyone at Modesto City Schools. I could have it to anyone with the link, anyone on the web, to where I don't need them to have a sign-in at all, which is pretty awesome if you're sharing this publicly, so on and so forth. I just need to pick my options and save. Once I'm done, I am done, and they should either get an email or you can send the link directly to them through an email, and they will be able to access this. You can also comment and leave comments on the side by simply highlighting something and clicking on the comments button, and you can add a comment right then and there on the side. Add a comment, and you can leave feedback for your students there. Once they have Google Docs mastered, it's all up to them to try and figure out all of the other ones as well. So with Google Slides, it looks very similar in features. Again, they have templates that they can use, but they mostly start from blank. Everything saves automatically. And again, your toolbar features are exactly the same. There's just a present button along with the share button. This is pretty much the same across the board. So that's all you should really show them when it comes to Google, Google Apps, Google Docs. And Schoology does have a feature now to where people can add Google assignments directly to their assignments. And students don't even have to go into Google at all. which makes it really simple and really easy. I'm just going to show that very quickly. If you already know how to do that, you can just end this video here. Thanks for watching. But if you wanted to add an assignment that has a Google Doc and you don't want to have to worry about your students knowing how to make a copy and write on it and they're just worried about it, you can make it directly on there, give them the instructions, and then you click Google Drive Assignments. When you click on Google Drive Assignments, you can pick a worksheet that you've made. You have to have it created already in your feature. So let's say I do a Socratic Seminar Planning Guide and I want my students to be able to work on this without me having to hold their hand. You can view it from here, but to select it, you just click on it and click Attach. You give it a due date like you would normally give it, point value, a category, and you create. And all your students have to do when they go into it, I'm going to go ahead and switch to my student account. All your students have to do when they go into it, there's the assignment, is click on My Document. When they click on My Document, this worksheet already pops up for them. They don't have to go, they can type directly on here. And they don't even have to leave Schoology, and they could submit it directly from here. Or if they wanted to, they could open it up and it would open it up in a Google Doc, and they could work on it here too. And it will save no matter what. They don't have to go back and save or anything like that. This was just a very quick overview of using Google Apps for education and how to show your students how to use it as well. As always, if there are any questions, please let me know. Thanks for watching.